everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. It's been a long time, about a month actually. Yeah, the last month has honestly been a blur. It's been amazing, but it has also been a whirlwind of so much happening that I've hardly had any time to sit down and make this video and say I finally made it. Yay! It's been a lot. So much has happened, and I really just wanted to touch base and catch up with you guys and tell you a little bit about what has happened in the past month or so. So yeah, it has been a transition, not only of my mind and of realizing that I've actually moved here, but also just so many things that are different. I wouldn't say that I've had a culture shock necessarily, no. Maybe with the weather, because it is now minus something. It's -1 right now, but it has been about -8. I mean, I've never experienced minus degree temperature at any point in my life. So that has been, I think, one of the biggest differences. Just stepping outside and experiencing such incredible cold. It's like, I don't even know what to do with myself. And also, the fact that it has been so bright outside. I mean, now there are clouds. The weather changes really fast here, by the way. It was really bright and the sky was blue, but now there are a lot more clouds and it's not as sunny, but it is still really bright. So that's quite fascinating. It looks so warm and welcoming, and yet it is minus degrees. It was really funny because when I was in the plane, and I mean, when I just got off the plane and I was in the airport, it was like, oh, it's not cold. I don't know what these guys were talking about. I mean, I felt a bit of chill in the air, but I didn't feel cold. And then I went all the way through customs and I was like, it's not cold. Went out and met my husband and my parents-in-law, and it wasn't cold. And they kept asking me, like, aren't you feeling cold? And I said, no, guys, I'm cool. Like, I had a little sweater on. And we got on the train, and the train wasn't cold. And I was like, I don't know what these guys are talking about. It's really not that cold. And then we stepped off the train and I was like, oh my goodness, it was freezing. And luckily they had like a cardigan for me. And so I put that on, and that helped a lot. And we went and we drove home, and I was just like, guys, this is cold. And that wasn't even minus degrees. And since then, the weather has been a bit up and down. Why am I talking about the weather? I am really getting used to being in the Netherlands. Anyway, I'm pretty sure you're not interested in all of that. Maybe you are, but basically it's cold now. It's winter. Hence the Christmas sweater, getting into the vibes, And I'm drinking coffee. Pardon my voice. I've been recovering from a really nasty cough and cold situation. It felt very weird. It wasn't COVID, though I felt like it might be, because I had a cold. Like, what am I talking about? Basically, I'm recovering. I had a cold. I'm recovering. It's cold outside. What are we talking about today? So yes, I'm finally here. Yeah, I was really quite nervous actually in the days leading up to me leaving, because I was thinking, this is actually finally happening after so much delay. I got so used to just being in Zambia, coasting, chilling, that I hadn't really thought of course I was excited for it, but then I hadn't really thought, what if this actually happens? And it did. It happened so fast. I don't know if you remember in one of my previous videos when I mentioned that a friend of mine had told me it's gonna go so fast, and I thought, what are you talking about? And the fact that my husband and I had already been apart for a few months, and it was like, this doesn't seem like the fast that she was talking about, but it ended up being really fast in the end. And it was, of course, I was very excited that I was coming on this new adventure, stepping into a new chapter of my life in a completely new environment, completely new country. I was very excited for it, but I was also very nervous, especially in the last days before I left. So my husband had actually traveled to Zambia, and we had been apart. Oh man, the statistics are just messed up in my head. He had been gone since June, July, August. Oh my gosh, it had been 4 months since I had seen my husband in person. So he was coming over to Zambia. Of course, he missed my birthday, but his birthday was coming up, and he also had like a break at work. So he was able to come out for 2 weeks. I left my job and I headed back to Lusaka, and I thought, I had a feeling that I should carry everything with me because I just didn't think that I would be going back. But it was also a bit funny because I said bye to people, but then I said, listen, I could be back, but I'm gonna say bye because I'm not sure, and I feel that I might leave, but I didn't really know that it would happen. So that's how it started. And I headed up to meet him in Lusaka, and I was so excited to see him, of course, and we were just really excited to be reunited. And we had plans, so we were going to be sort of like on holiday for those 2 weeks, but it just so happened that on his birthday, which was a lovely present, I don't know if they planned that, but that was amazing. But basically on his birthday, which was in the first week he was back, we got the news that my visa had been approved, and I really didn't believe it. I was like, no, let me see the letter. And he was like, no, it says that. I'm like, no, what does it say in English? I want to understand and know that this is what they actually say. And yeah, it just happened that everything then changed. I mean, it was the best present to receive on his birthday, but it was really an incredible gift, and we were so grateful. Like, wow, God, really, this is amazing. But then that meant that we had to cancel our holiday that we had planned for the next week, and we were thinking that it would be nice because I had to still travel to Dar es Salaam to pick up my visa. So we really had thought about it beforehand. Like, imagine if when you come to visit, we get the news, and then we can travel together to Dar, and then we can travel together to the Netherlands. But it just didn't quite work out because he had to come back for work. It was really incredible that actually they could have taken 3 months to issue my visa, and we were really hoping it would be sooner, but then we knew that it could take up to 3 months, but it took 2 months. That was amazing, because we really wanted to be back together, and especially in time for our anniversary. And then I traveled to Dar es Salaam, and it was a bit tricky because it was almost the middle of the week. I traveled on a Tuesday. My appointment was set at the embassy on the Wednesday, and even that could take up to 2 weeks for them to issue. Although they are so fantastic, honestly. The Dar es Salaam embassy the Dutch embassy in Dar es Salaam is so incredible, and I just had such a great experience there. They were so professional, but just so understanding and so just on it. They were just so committed to doing their work well. I was so grateful for that, because I went and they had said that they could try and fast track my application because I was coming from Zambia, which is really nice that they take that into consideration. So they knew, and they actually did come through on that. But I was thinking, I don't know if they will manage to do it within the week. So I was ready. I was like, I'm in this hotel, I'm just gonna chill here, just gonna, take my time. But it turned out, like literally the same day I went to hand in my passport, I got a call and they said, listen, your application has been approved, your visa has been done, you can collect your passport tomorrow. So it literally took 2 days. I was so amazed by that and so grateful, actually. Just so overwhelmed by how everything had worked out so well. Yeah, so I really didn't have time to chill in Dar. I went to pick up my passport. I quickly went to the beach because I was like, I can't come to Dar and not go to the beach. So I went there for like 30 minutes is all I could spare. And then I had to go back, have a quick shower, check out of the hotel. And everything just happened so fast. And on Thursday evening, I was able to fly to Amsterdam, and I arrived here early on Friday morning that same week. So it was really incredible just how it worked out. I can't even put it into words because of how fast it went. The first few days that I was here, I was honestly almost like I was in a trance. I felt as though I was dreaming. I kept thinking, is this real? Am I really here? It was just so amazing. But it's been nice that I've had a lot of quiet days just to have time to adjust and to finally breathe and to just be at peace finally. That has been, I don't take that for granted every single day. I'm so grateful that I can have a calm day, and I can choose what to do. I've been going for a lot of walks with my mother-in-law, and I've been loving that, just going outside and getting to explore. It's quite a quiet neighborhood, and you can walk for 5 minutes and you get into the forest and into the heath. So just like into nature, completely into nature. So that's been nice that you can just walk for 5 minutes and you're already surrounded by, you know, the bush. As a bush babe, coming from Ukushi, that's me. That's what I love. But also I can walk for 5 minutes in another direction and I get to the city center, where there are supermarkets and there are shops and cafes. Oh my god, I'm living the dream. Like, I'm a simple girl. Give me some bush and give me some shops, and I'm somewhere in the middle, and I'm happy and I'm content. No, but like really, I really just love that convenience. I can, you know, walk to get groceries, and I can walk into the forest, and I can just walk around the neighborhood. I love it. I love it so much. Also, I've been getting used to riding a bike. I think I'll have to do a whole other video on Dutch things and getting used to that. But like riding a bike with road signs for bicycles, and wow, it's a lot. Having said all that, I think it is time for me to call it an end to the video. I'm sorry for rambling, but I really just wanted to share how excited I am. And yes, be prepared to see a lot more about my experiences here. I'll be sharing, I do have a lot of free days, like I said. I just need to get back into the rhythm of actually making videos on a regular basis. Please don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because we're trying to grow our community over here. It's a lovely day. So I'm going to go for a walk outside in these -degrees, and I hope I don't freeze too much, but at least I can come back and warm up with some coffee or some hot chocolate or something of that matter. I'm not going to ramble any further. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being part of this community and joining me on this journey. I love you so much, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.